Hi, this is Sage from SheLovesButter.com, and today I am going to give a tour de Coop. We have this garden coop that my husband built. We bought the plans off of gardencoop.com. They're really easy plans, really detailed. This was the first thing my husband ever built, and look at it. I love it. It's great. This coop is built to comfortably house 8 chickens. We have 4. Let's go take a look at it. First thing I need to show you is our chicken flags. We have one to represent each chicken that we have. I got these on Etsy. I think if you just Googled Etsy chicken flags, they'd probably come up. And there's lots of different colors. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you here, I'm going to show you our door. I've got a rock, hold on. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the lock that we have on our door. It's a 2-part lock. We do this because raccoons are very smart, and if you just had a hook or something that was just like a one-step process, it would be way too easy for a raccoon. So we have this 2-step lock to kind of keep them out of it. We have one on our egg door also. So let's open this up. Down here you can see we have pine shavings. We have about 3 or 4 inches of pine shavings. The girls are very curious about what's going on. We have about 3 or 4 inches of pine shavings here. We use something that we call the deep litter method, which is basically you keep piling on pine shavings every month. You add a new bale of it, and basically, and the chickens get in there and they turn it around and they break it all up just by doing their normal chicken stuff, and basically their manure is being composted over the months. I just cleaned this out yesterday and put everything that was in here in our compost bin, which I'll show you in a minute. I know that sounds really gross to clean the chicken coop once a year, but it's really not. There's really no odor. And then now, so I put everything in the compost bin. That'll sit over the winter, and hopefully we'll have some really nice compost for our garden next spring. So right here I'll show you, we have our feeder, and back there we have our waterer. That's a 5-gallon water bucket. We also purchased that off of the gardencoop.com, but I think it's probably pretty easy to make, but I'll just show you the bottom. We have these little nipples, and this is how they get their water. I'm going to do a video about winterizing the coop, but just to, oh, here we go. Lucy's gonna show you how it's done here. In the winter we would just put an aquarium heater in there, and it keeps the water from freezing. That's 5 gallons. I probably refill that once a week in the summer, maybe once every 2 weeks in the winter. And the feeder, I don't fill completely full. This holds 12 pounds. I fill it about halfway full and refill it about once a week. So I'll show you up here. Over here we have the roosts. This is where the girls like to sit in the morning when they wake up. They come, they all jump up on these roosts, sit next to each other, look out onto the day. It's really cute. You want to offer roosts for your chickens. They love roosting. I'm not sure if you can see, this entire coop is covered in hardware cloth. Hardware cloth is really thick, really durable, really hard to get through. If some animal wanted to try to chew through this, they would rip their gums up. And then even if they did get a good enough size hole in it, it would cut them. It's really hard, and we have it covering every part of the coop. See, we have it up on the ceiling. This way no animals, no predators can come up from the top and jump in. It's really predator proof. You'll be amazed when you have chickens how all the predators start to show up. We've had hawks, we've had raccoons. One of my chickens was attacked by a dog, but she was okay. But yeah, when my husband built this, he actually buried the hardware cloth. It goes 2 feet deeper than the coop. So if any animal tried to dig its way in, it would have to go pretty far down to get through. It's just not very likely. Okay, down here we have the ladder that goes up into the hen house. They have put pine shavings all over it, but in between each step we put some sandpaper so that they have some traction when they're trying to get up there. And they figured it out pretty fast once we had this coop built. It took them a while. I kind of had to like grab their little bodies and pretend to be walking them up the stairs, but they figured it out. So let's look in the hen house. It might be a little dirty in here. I was gonna do this tour yesterday, but everyone was mowing their lawns. It was gonna be really loud, so it's possible there's gonna be some droppings, but it doesn't look like it's that bad. All right. So this is the hen house. We have a major cobweb right there that I've left because it helps deal with bugs. These are the nesting boxes. I only have hay in one of them because we have a broody hen right now and she is just impossible to break. So I took everything out of one of the nest boxes in an effort to make it uncomfortable for her, because what she was doing is if one of the chickens wasn't here laying, she would come and lay in the other one. And so I'm trying to make it uncomfortable for her, but apparently nothing deters her. So we don't have any eggs yet. Hopefully one of these girls will go up and lay some. I mean, we do have eggs. We get eggs every day, but nothing today. So in here I have a bunch of the pine shavings also. In the winter it's different. When I do my winterizing the coop video, you'll see that I replace this with something called Sweet PDZ, which is, it basically just absorbs all the moisture from their droppings because they drop a lot while they're sleeping. And you don't want a lot of moisture in the coop. Up here you can see this is actually open. This is an open ceiling, and that's so that there's nice airflow. The last thing you want to do is have this like tight, closed up hen house where just all the moisture and everything just sticks in it. So this way there's a nice constant airflow going on, and it just makes it so, especially in the winter time, it's not especially cold. I will kind of block that up. So you can kind of see that it goes outside right there. And I will put some blankets and stuff up here in the winter to keep their, you know, no drafts, because the roost, which is where they sleep right here, is pretty much right over the hen house door. So on really cold nights I've come up and put something over this too, but they seem to be okay. They really cuddle up together and they seem to be all right. So Teensy, do you have anything to say about the coop? Teensy loves it. She's the queen bee around here. She oh, she's gonna demonstrate. I think she's gonna jump up to the roost maybe. You doing it? No? Okay. So I think of our, so right here, the whole hen house is built with cedar. We stained the wood, the outside part, the frame, just this black, but then we kept the cedar because we like the look of it. Oh, and right here you can see for winterizing, we've just filled in all the cracks so that there aren't any places that drafts can come in. And there's actually an extra wall on the other side. And you can see right here how we just pretty much stapled or hammered all the hardware cloth in. It's really, I mean, there's like, you just can't, there's no way a predator can get in here. It's really predator proof. I see all these videos of people's coops and they're just not, you know, they're using chicken wire, which is not adequate to protect your chickens. Chicken wire is really easy to rip open and it's really flimsy, and if you're using chicken wire to protect your chickens, it's just not, it's not going to protect them. Up here is our roof. We just bought these roofing panels at Home Depot. Some people use the clear ones. We opted for these, you know, solid white ones just because it gets so hot. We're in Utah and it gets really hot in the summer and they needed to have shade. So that's what we did. And then just from the outside, you can come over here, unlock this, and in there's the nest box. You reach in, you grab your eggs. It's super easy. I'll take you over here to our compost bin. This is our garden. We had a little water disaster, so most of the stuff we had to rip up because it died. It's a long story. I'll tell you about it in our garden tour. But over here is the compost bin that my husband built a couple weeks ago. And you can see I threw all of our stuff from the chicken coop in it yesterday, so hopefully that will get turned around. And I saw Lucy up in here yesterday pecking around, so hopefully she'll break it up a little bit. But yeah, so thank you for watching our coop tour, and I'm going to write about this on my blog, so if you have more questions about how we built it, how long it took, all of that, just go to www.shelovesbutter.com and there will be a post about it. Thank you.